Alright, so everyone, welcome.
Solid split.
We are here
Solid
on
split, Santi.
Frost something or other.
What the fuck is this map called?
Frostbite Pass. Come on, guys. No
Frostbite.
one.
We're here on Frostbite Path. In the top right, we have our Zerg, our green Zerg player, SanteClaws. And in the bottom left, we have our was he? Shit.
Isn't he random? So do you have
Wasn't
to
he
play
random?
phrase?
Fuck.
He plays Zerg normally.
He does, right?
Zerg normally, he may have random, but he got Zerg. And
It's a clear selection.
his name is Corevin. And Dinah left, so everyone has to drink.
Yep. Sorry, guys. Let's
everyone
it's,
drinks
gonna
like
be
half
easy.
It's big obnoxious.
Shut up and enjoy your beverages.
So, taking a quick look at the map, it's cold.
Stop laughing, bitch!
Looks like a easily defendable expansion, and third bases are a little bit more difficult to secure. They're a little bit further away and more exposed with several different entrances. Darth Cadus, anything you have to add?
It's rather interesting to see a drone scout by both players before either a pool or a hatch. It's abnormal in ZVZ.
What are these guys' levels?
Drink.
Or ranks?
These are... Why are we drinking?
Because he left. And also
Stop
because... And also because you said that it was interesting that they were both drone scouting before...
It's not a drink.
Wait, so they're both out of channel, right? Oh,
Yes.
so they didn't. So I didn't ruin the game for anyone.
God, you're so clueless.
This is true. So we see now Corevin here going for the 15 pool, while his opponent SanteClaws has decided to go for a slightly earlier pool and gas. So looks like we could be seeing some sort of early speedling pressure from SanteClaws. What do you think, Darth?
6 Zerglings are already done.
He got
Pay
pulled
attention.
before gas, so it's not necessarily speeding pressure.
Also, they're silver, so they might just be doing shit.
Yeah.
So do I just have no idea what I'm talking about, or?
Yeah, so take a drink, everybody.
Fuck. I was trying
We
to
do have
sound like
speed coming down by Santi. And some lings crossing the field. There's some actually decent Overlord vision. I'm moderately impressed. But then again, the scout tags are fairly straightforward, what you need to be looking at.
Now the second scouting overlord for Corevin is catching up with the first scouting overlord. They're having a little bit of a Ord reunion in the middle of the map here.
Pretty
And
good.
We
a
have
little
some
bit of
Zerglin pressure.
attack at the bottom left here. Looks like SanteClaws is going to be doing some damage. Got the spine crawler, but I think Corevin should be able to hold this.
Does this count as cheese? Are we counting this as cheese?
This is I don't think this counts as cheese. I think this just counts as a shitty attempt at something.
So Santi's not looking so hot right now.
Anyway.
Santi
So
is...
it looks like Santi's a little bit behind at the moment. He's tech-wise, fairly equal.
He's about to
his-
his speed and he's making more Zerglings, so he could punch back pretty obviously.
That's not necessarily true, Werewolf. His speed is finished. His opponent's speed hasn't yet started. So if Santi applies a little bit of pressure right now, he could be able to get something done.
Santi is throwing down a Baneling Nest just right before his expansion, and I'm getting Wicked Echo by the way.
It's probably Jim.
I'll switch to push to talk.
Thank you, Jimbo. So that suggests that these are probably going to be defensive Banelings, which I think would have been a shame. One advantage he had was speed and his Baneling Nest finishing before his opponent, so he could have put one base Baneling pressure on, but now he is taking an expansion while pushing with his speedlings, which is non-committal on both.
And I think, and you're right, and I think that definitely puts him a little bit behind Darth.
The queen!
Yeah, so we're continuing to see a little bit of that, Zergling harass. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be doing too much damage.
22
Here we
wings
see-
about to pop for Corevin. That's going to be able to apply some serious counter pressure as soon as his speed finishes, which is only 10 seconds away.
So we see the lair here is coming up for SanteClaws. Seems a little bit early given that he hasn't even started mining from his natural. What kind of transition do you see coming out of this, Darth?
It's actually somehow an even drone count. So I think if these three banelings are able to hold off this big speedling pressure, the game should equalize, but it will entirely depend on how efficient the baneling
And we have a big attack here coming from Corevin. How many fucking... He's got 27 wings on the field.
3 banelings.
And oh no!
There was pressure, so...
Oh shit, that was really funny.
Like I said 2 minutes ago, there was the big
Take a
attack
drink.
coming, and like I said 30 seconds ago, the banelings have now equalized and bounced back a game.
So we're currently at 24 workers to 26 workers in the favor of SanteClaws. An interesting development since he took his natural so much later than his opponent. His lair is just recently finished up, and I'm curious to see what direction he chooses to go from there.
Even though Corvin's layer was substantially later, he's been the first one to actually make an investment into layer tech. The Spire's dropping down. And then we see now the Spire going down. So we're going to have some muta poorly microed crime.
Right, and it's interesting that Corvin goes muta on a map like this. It's I think he might be able to get an early muta lead. As you know, muta are broken in ZVZ, so any number that he gets higher than his opponent will should be good enough to win the game for him.
I feel like that's a very cold assessment of the matchup, Daniel. Especially on this map. Everyone take a drink.
Also, I'm gonna say, never mind. I was gonna try to make a pun out of you saying cold assessment with the fact that we're playing on an Iceland, but
That's what I did, you fucking idiot!
well,
John Madden moment, everyone drink.
Ooh, double spires.
We do
Alright.
see.
So the Spire finished, he's not supply blocked, he has 800 gas, and he's not making mutas. Everyone watch, this is what you don't want to do. Okay, there we go. Finally mutas on the way.
All right, so we see Corvin now is on 2 bases, you know, fairly well saturated with four gases. He's starting to get that income to support the mission that he wants. And as you can see, looking at the production tab, we have 6 muta on the way for Corvin, and 4 on the way for Sante. So this is looking very much like a muta on muta battle. Sante does look like he's a little bit behind in the economy department. So right now, I think that the game favors Corvin a little bit. Also, with Corvin starting to take his 3rd, he may be able to get a leg up on Sante that way. Did you just say drink every time Mo pulls a Mo?
Basically, that was the rule he was trying
Because
to get
we're
us.
gonna get really drunk. I actually do that in real life all the time. My friends call it pulling a Mo. That's how often I do it. It has a
So
name.
we have muta harass going on at both bases now, the main of Sante.
Oh, and
Nice
a
transfuse
very
hit.
very
Hit another
timely
one, Sandy. Hit
transfuse
another
will
transfuse.
save one of the
Yep,
queens, but it's
that's a
not
drink.
enough. That queen goes down.
And back on the other
Both
front.
queens are now dead for SanteClaws, and the muta are going to have free range on the drone, which
No
Sante
drone
is
pulling
not
away
pulling
on.
away.
There's 4 mutas in production, but there's no more queens in production. There's no spores in production. The 2 wounded mutas are coming back to try to combat the current 7 in his base. This is not looking for our valiant hero, Santi.
Yeah, to put
also
this,
has a ton of minerals.
Dude,
to
the
put
one
this,
dude is like,
to
fuck
put
that.
this kindly, I think Santi's pretty fucked.
We're having a last-ditch ground counterattack by Santi, including
And this actually
his
looks like it may be able to do some damage, Darth. Especially with the banelings. He can
just lost all his banelings. He's now
if he can
attacking
get
pure
some
drones,
if he can get some
this
spine
will
crawlers
not
on the
do
field.
any damage.
Oh no, this is getting cleaned up, and we got GG.